Hey guys, my name is Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for stopping back again. And if you're new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you. Today I'm going to be doing a highly requested video on your makeup brushes, how to use them, and the purpose of each of them. So if you want to see how I use these brushes and explain everything to you, then stay tuned. Please don't forget to like the channel, subscribe to the channel, also turn on your post notification bell so you'll know when I upload. I'll see you at the end of the video. Okay guys, so I have some of my favorite brushes here. So I'm going to show you the purpose of the brushes and how to use them, because a lot of times, if you're new to makeup, you might see all of these brushes and you're like overwhelmed and you're like, okay, what am I going to do with all of these brushes? So I'm going to try to show you a few of them that I really like and how you use them to do your full face of makeup. So the first one that I'm going to get into is this one. This is a flat brush. It's kind of pointed at the top and it's very flat at the sides, right? Ready? So this can be used for multi-purpose. You can use this to apply your concealer under your eyes and also to carve out your brows. I'm going to show you how I use it to carve out my brows. Alrighty, so this is not really a full makeup tutorial. I'm just going to give you the basics on how to use the brushes. So I'm just going to put my concealer underneath my brow directly, and then I'm just going to use this side of the brush to blend it out. Ready? So it's going to start from the front. Okay, and that's how you clean up underneath your brow with the brush, just to give you that nice crisp look. Also, you use the same thing to clean up above your brow, and for that you're going to use a foundation that matches your skin. Same foundation that you're going to use on your face, you use that to clean up the brush. So you just kind of angle the brush on the side like this and then just go right across the top. Take your time. Ready? Like so. Alrighty. So now I'm going to kind of use this is another brush from a brush set from BS Small. It's a shadow brush, but it's more of like a kind of like a flat top one. It's kind of rounded, but mostly flat. Okay, so you're gonna use that to blend out your concealer, right? Now to blend out the concealer, you need a brush that's kind of dense, which means it's like tightly packed. It's not so fluffy where it's like just going back and forth, just so you can spread out the concealer and to try to keep it where you want to put it. Ready? So that's the first step. Now let's talk about foundation brushes, right? So for foundation brushes, we have two types. We have a flat Kabuki brush, very dense, meaning that the bristles are tightly packed in it. Flat top, right? So it's good to like stipple the foundation or push the foundation in on your face. Okay, so this one is good for liquid, right? Now we have another one that's more rounded at the top, right? So this one you can use for liquid and also cream. Alrighty, so you can, you know, blend out the foundation on your face. You can also use this for your cream contour. So we're going to use this one today. Alrighty, so I'm gonna put the foundation on the back of my hand, and then I'm just gonna dip the brush into it and stipple it in on my face. This color may look a little dark. See, I'm pushing it in. Pushing it in. Now, the next brush we're going to use is a contour brush. So for the contour brush, this will be good for cream contour. Ready? So you see how it's at an angle, right? It's at an angle. So it's good to like fit right into this space here, right? Right in there. So you would use this one for your cream contour. So I'm going to put my contour here, right? Right around my jawline. I'm also going to put it down the side of my nose. Alrighty. So I'm going to take this brush. Before we do that, I'm going to put on my concealer. And then the next brush that we're going to get into is our concealer brush. I'm gonna get this brush and we're going to like push it like so. So we're pushing the product in, right? I'm gonna go right around the hairline. Okay, right around the hairline. See how it fits right in the socket here? Yeah, so that's why this one is a good one to use. Ready? And then we're gonna blend out the contour under our jawline. Now I'm going to use this brush. It's a fluffier brush, but it's kind of a dense, which means it's a little stiffer. So I'm going to use this one. You can see, because of the shape, to blend out the contour on my nose, because that other brush that I just used would be too big to fit into these little spaces. So I'm using this one. It's perfect to go on the side of your nose, just like that. Ready? Easy so far, right? Now for my under eye concealer, you can use a brush, but I prefer to use my sponge. So I'm using this Shop Me Say beauty sponge. I think the sponge is easier and it has to be damp, so I'm going to use that to blend out my concealer. Ready? So I'm going to blend out my chin first. Then I'm going to do my forehead. And do the under eye for last, so you can have more coverage. Now we're going to blend out under the eyes. And blend out your nose contour. You can also use the sponge to do your foundation by using the bottom part, which is more flatter. But for this video, we're just going to use it for our foundation, right? Or for our concealer. Now you're gonna go back with that first brush that you use, which is the foundation brush, and just blend out the edges of the concealer to soften it up. Right, you're gonna go around the front. All right, okay, now that our foundation or the concealer is blended, we can use this sponge to set the under eye concealer, or we can use this kind of a fluffy brush that has like a pointier top to pack the setting powder. So this one or that one. So let me show you how to use this one on one side and then the sponge on the other side. Alrighty, so you're going to get your powder. First you look up underneath, or look up to make sure you have no type of creasing under your eye, right? Then you put your sponge in there. And you're gonna tap off the excess amount, and then you look up and then you push it in. Push the powder in to set it. Alright? We're also going to put some over the eyelid to set the concealer that we put underneath the brow. Alright? You push it in, you push it in, you push it in until the powder is gone. And if you're not comfortable with using the sponge, then you get your brush, dip it in, tap off the excess amount, and then you press it in under your eye. And just press it in. You don't swipe it, press it in. So whichever one you feel better using. I think a lot of people, if they're not used to the sponge, then they'll prefer to use a brush. Right? For this brush, you don't want it to be as stiff, so this brush is kind of fluffy but not too fluffy. That's it. So next we're going to get this kind of like tapered, but the bristles are not as tightly packed, so it's give you a little bit more flexibility. So this is a brush that you can use to do your eyeshadow, right? So whatever color that you decide to choose, you're just gonna take the brush and just like pack it in. Right, just push it in like so. Push it in like so. We're not doing anything big. And then you just take the same brush and just go on the edge and just like go back and forth. So it's flexible, so you can go back and forth with the brush. Soften up the edge of the shadow that you just put down, right? Because you don't want it to look too harsh. So this brush is perfect for that. Like that. That's just one brush, right? So then if you're going to put like a shadow on your lid, now we have this brush, which is not as fluffy. This one is more stiffer, more dense, right? So you can use this one if you're going to like pack a color, like to pack a color on your lid that you're not blending out, you're just packing the color, packing it in. So you'll use this brush because it's more firm. Ready? So that's all we're going to do for this eye. The next brush that we're going to get into now, because we put the cream contour down, now we're going to set it. So we need another brush. This one is angled just like this one was. It's a little bigger. So this one is more fluffier and wider. So we're going to use this one. The bristles are very soft. So we're going to use this one to set the contour. But before we do that, let's get into the powder brush, right? Since we did our face and we have to set where we put the foundation. This brush is a nice big fluffy brush. It's not as stiff as the foundation brush, so this one will be good to set your powder, right? You can also use this for blush, but I have another brush that I like for that. So this one came from a set BS Small from Amazon. So I'm going to try to leave everything that I use for you down in the description section. So this one I'm going to use to blend out my contour, or to blend out my powder. And just go around, you push the powder in. You don't want to like drag it. So wherever you put the powder, wherever you put the foundation, then you blend it out. Alrighty, now let's get into the contour. Powder contour. So your powder contour, I'm using the Black Radiance one. We're just going to dip the brush in like so, and just like push it in to set it. See? Like it's big, but it's not as big where it's going to be taking over your whole face. You know what I mean? Kind of want it to sit right there. So it's gonna go around all of the areas that I put the cream contour stick. We're just going to set that, right? Also set the chin, since we did put some under here. The first brush that we used to do the contour on the side of her nose, it's a little bit too big. Not a little bit too big, we have to use a different one. So we have something, this is like a eyeshadow brush. See, as I stated before, you don't have to use what it's actually for, right? See, I was a little rounded. It's not that flat, but it's kind of flat on the sides. So we're gonna use that one to set our nose contour. So I like to push my powder in right here on the sides, and then just drag it down. There you go. Now, next, blush brush. See how this one, the difference between this one and this one? So this one is more tapered on the sides and it's more pointy at the top. So this one is a powder brush. So you, not a powder brush, but a blush brush. So you can just use it. It just glides on the apples of your cheek, right? So we're gonna be using this one for our blush. Let me show you the brush again. The top is more rounded. There you go. So we're gonna dip into our blush palette. Right on the apples of your cheek. And then I like to bring mine back here. The next brush that we're going to use is this small angled brush. Right? Very tiny. Hope you could see that. And then for that, we're going to use it to put some color underneath our lower lash line. This step is not necessary, but if you're gonna do the whole face, then you know you're gonna do the whole face. So I want you guys to learn exactly what to use. So whatever color you decide to choose, you just take the brush with the color on it and you kind of look up to the sky like that, and just, you know, blend it out. Okay guys, so the next brush that we're going to get into will be your highlight brush, right? So So this is a brush from Real Techniques, and let's see if there's a number on it. There's no number on here, but as the sides are tapered, it's a little fluffy, kind of, right? So we're going to use this to do our highlight because it's like it sits right here. All right, we're gonna get our highlighter. I'm gonna dip it in there, and then we're just gonna like go across, right across the top part of her cheekbone, right? So it's perfect to put right here. Now, since we're on the highlight subject, we want to put a little highlight down the bridge of her nose, and in our tear duct, we'll use this pencil brush. Very small. I hope the camera is picking up everything. So that's just small enough to fit into like right here in the corner. And it's small enough to go right down the bridge of our nose for a little highlight right here. Like that. Alright, just like that. So that's the purpose of the pencil brush. So we're basically almost done. We just have to do our lips now. Now for the lips, we'll use our regular lip liner, right? And just put it around. Okay. Now, we want to pretend, right? Pretend like, well, I'm gonna put on this Juvia's Place Lady lipstick. I'm gonna put this on, and then I'll show you how to use the last brush. Now when it comes to the brushes that I just showed you guys, because I'm showing it to you for that reason or for that purpose, does not necessarily mean you can't use it for something else, you know? So I'm just giving you the basics, but if you find another reason to use it, by all means. There are no rules that you have to stick to. So this is a small detailed brush, very skinny, and on this little brush, see? There you go. So the purpose of this one, you can use this to, like, you know, clean up your liner a little bit, blend it in. Or if you have a lipstick that's finished and you want to get your money's worth and you want to get down inside of it, then I would use, like if you have a lipstick like this and you want to get inside of it to get all of the product out, then that's another way. You can use this little pencil brush. And we're gonna put on our gloss. And we can continue using our blending brush to blend out the edges. No? Clean up the edges like that. Okay guys, so the last brush that I forgot to mention that you'll need is this one. So it has an angle brush at the top, which you can use for your brows, and also the spoolie part. This part is very important because once you have done your makeup and you want to go back over your brows, use the spoolie brush to brush up the eyebrow hairs. You also use this before you even fill in your brow with the pencil, or if you use a pomade. So this brush is just good for blending out your eyebrows, blending out the front of your brows in this case that I'm finished, or you can use this to brush your eyebrows in place before you even start doing your makeup. So there we have it. Okay guys, so just like that, we have come to the end of the video. I hope that this video was very helpful to you. I hope that now you're not as confused if you are new to makeup and the brushes and the sponges on what to use, you know, and what to use for what to do a full face. So I hope this video was very helpful. I hope you learned something. Please leave me some comments down in the comment section and let me know what you think of this video and if this video was very helpful to you. Okay, but before you leave, I would love for you to become a part of the family. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers and I can't wait to get there. So please don't forget to like the video, share the video with someone that you think that it will be helpful to, turn on your post notification bell, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel again. I hope to see you very, very soon, guys. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself and each other. Bye.